Good morning. How is everyone today? I hope you are doing well. We are talking about, I had a lot of questions about the differences between the 72 color set of the ZSCM and the 100 color set. So I'm going to go over that with you guys today so you guys can know the difference. And then also we're going to be doing our turtle tutorial today. So that is going to be starting at 11. So if you are wanting to paint with me this morning, then we will be starting our tutorial at 11 o'clock. Central Standard Time. So in just about 30 minutes, little under 30 minutes, we're going to start our tutorial. But I wanted to go over the ZSCM stuff with you guys because I've had a lot of people ask me the questions about the difference between the two. So I'm going to talk about the 72 color set first, which is this set. This is all glitter, okay? So, and it comes with 72 in this pack. Now, the colors that are in this 72 color pack are the monochromatics, okay? So, hang on one second. I'm going to start this flash sale for you guys so that you guys can hang on a sec. Let me see. Hang on a sec. Let me see. Okay. Let me see if it's going. Perfect. Okay. So all right, so we are gonna, so the 72 color set comes with all of the colors that are in the monochromatic set. So if you like the monochromatics and you want all of the sets, then this 72 color set is the set that you're gonna be interested in having. Hang on, let me fix this really quickly. Sorry guys, I'm struggling with this technology today for some reason. There we go. Okay, and this set it comes with the case. It's got a leather case with it, so you can travel with it. It has all of the monochromatic sets. So you get your skin tones, your reds and oranges and yellows, your purples and blues and greens, and you get your pinks. Okay, so the skin tones are these right here. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've not seen a lot of skin tone colors in glitter pens. These have a whole set of skin tone. Now, the monochromatic sets you can get each of these sets individually if you choose to. So you don't have to get the full 72 color set. You can actually get these sets like this in sets of 12. This is the purple. So you can get all of the monochromatics in the purple as a set. You can do the same thing with any of the other colors in this 72 color set. Okay, these are super juicy, super sparkly. They paint or they color and write really, really well. I did this page right here. Let me get it with this set. And you can see how beautiful and sparkly this set is. It is absolutely gorgeous. And again, it comes with 72 different colors. But here's the kicker for this set. This is what I love about ZSCM, is their pens have a built-in swatch strip in it. So you get a package of these swatches. They come like this. And you color them with the pen and you put them down in the pen. And that way you don't have to keep up with a swatch card, which is great. Because I'm very neurodivergent, so keeping up with swatch cards is really hard for me. So I can never find it when I need it. But this one has it built in the pen. So you can actually just scroll through the case and find the color that you want and pull it out. So you don't have to worry about misplacing your swatch cards. Also, you can see exactly what color it's going to be on the paper before you even use it, because the best, the hardest part for me is it looks a certain color in the tube, but then when I write with it, it's different. So you can see exactly what color it is on the pen itself, which is genius in my opinion. They're retractable too, so you don't have to keep up with a lid. I love that about them. And also they have 4 times the amount of ink as a normal glitter pen. So these are gonna last you a lot longer than a normal glitter pen. The best part is they're super juicy. They write really well. They don't streak, they don't skip, and they don't give you that railroading white line down the center. So that is a really good benefit of these pens. Another thing that I love about them is they come in this really nice leather case. So you can take them on the go. If you're like me, and when you go out of town or when you go on trips, you always take your art supplies with you. I do, because I love to be able to create no matter where I'm at. So having this case and having them in here like this makes things super easy for me to be able to just travel with them. So now the 72 color set is, hang on, I had a swatch card come out of my, so this is how the swatch cards slip down in here. You just color them and then you put them in the pen like this, and you slide them down in there, and then it's there for you, which I love. That's the genius part about ZSN. That is a genius way to do swatches, because you don't ever have to worry about keeping up with the colors. So that's what I love about them. Okay, so that's the 72 color set. Now keep in mind, these are all glitter pens, okay? So the 72 color set includes all of your colors. You get all of your monochromatic sets. So you have the monochromatic sets look like this, and they have them in all the colors. You get reds, greens, purples, blues, skin tones, and that you can get these individually as one set. Like this is the purple monochromatic set, so you can buy just one color, or you can get all 72 of the colors in this one set. And the price is amazing on these guys. So, and the flash sale, we've got about a little under 4 minutes left on this flash sale. Hey, Angel. We're going to be starting our tutorial right at about 11 o'clock. So I'm just going over some of the differences between the ZSCM 72 color set and the 100 color set. So this 72 color set, again, is all glitter, and it's all of the monochromatics, okay? Now the glitter, the sets in this 72 color set are not the same glitter colors that are in the 100 color set. So if you have the 100 color set and you're worried about duplicating, you don't have to worry about that, because this is not a duplication, okay? I have the 72 color set, but then I also have the 100 color set, and the glitters in this are not the same. These glitters are going to be your neon glitters and a few of just different random, like, I don't want to call it random. I'm sure they had a plan, but they're more, to me, they're random colors that are in the 100 color set. They're not your monochromatics like they are in the 72 color set. So if you're worried about duplicating and you have that 100 color set, you don't have to worry about that, because these are not going to duplicate that set. And as you can see, you can scroll. I love the fact that you're about that, because these are not going to duplicate that set. And as you can see, you can scroll. I love the fact that you can just scroll right through here and you can pick what color pen you need, and you can see exactly what color it is going to be on the paper. So I know that this is the color, but if you look at this, it looks a lot darker in here than it does here. So I'm able to actually see the actual color of what it's going to look like on paper before I even start using it. So I think that that's a really good option. that's a feature that I have not seen in any other glitter pen set ever. And one of the main things I love about this set is that I can do that. I can just look and say, okay, this is the actual color I need. Because if I were looking down here and needed a certain green, I might pick, say, this green. And then when I look up here and realize it's a lot lighter than I thought, then that's not the green I'm going to pick. But if I have to keep up with a swatch card and pull that and look, then I have to go through the swatch card like this, and I have to find the color, and then I have to match that color to wherever it is in my case and see, okay, that's the color. And that is a royal pain in the rear end to do that. So this is actually a really genius way to do that. Okay, so we've got a little under a minute left on that flash sale for these, but I'm going to go ahead and start the flash sale for the 100 color set because I want to go through that one as well with you guys. Now, this is the 100 color set is a really good bang for your buck because you get, not only do you get glitters, but you also get your regulars. So let me just get this moved over here out of the way. And then I will show you guys this 100 color set. Now, this set also comes in the this set also comes in a case. Okay, so you still get the leather case so you can take it with you. Mine has stuff all over it because I've had these for a while and I use them all the time. But you get this nice case, but also you get the same features of the fact that you have the swatch cards in the pen so you can see what color it is. You get 4 times the amount of ink as a normal pen, and you get the retractable tip. So you don't have to keep up with the lid. Now, and you can see on this one, see how dark this green looks, but you can see how light it is here. And that is what I love about having the swatch in the pen, because that way you can see exactly the color it's going to be on paper. So if I were to go and to start coloring with this, I would know that it's going to be this lighter color. So, and another thing I love about this set is that it has enough options in one color that if you want to, you can do monochromatics of your coloring. So all of the pens that I used to color this pink flamingo were in this 100 color set. So I had all these different options of pink to do this flamingo without having to use multiple sets, which is great. So if you are into doing a lot of monochromatics, then this is a great set to have because it's got lots of options. The glitters, you can see the glitters are really sparkly and shiny. So the glitters in the set, you're going to have a ton of sparkle and shine as well. And they don't skip. So you can see that they're very smooth. They don't railroad or skip or do any of that. You can see how beautiful and creamy and juicy that these are. So the 100 color set is going to come with 2 sections of glitter. So your first 2 sections are going to be your glitter and metallics. You get neon glitters, you get metallics, and you get some random primary glitters down here. Now, these glitters are not the same glitters that are in the 72 color set, so you're not going to duplicate. If you have the 72 color set, you will not get duplicated glitter colors. These are different. Then you also get your neons in regular pens. In the regular gel pens, you get your primary and secondaries in the regular gel pens. And then you also get your macaroons, which I haven't swatched all of these, and you get your pastels. So you get a ton of regular gel pens as well. I like the 100 color set because you get both the glitter and you get the regular. I like having options of glitter versus, just regular gel pens. I love the feature that you can just kind of scroll and see what colors you want. I love these neon colors. They're so pretty. I have the neon single set as well, which you can get the singles and the metallics as a regular set by itself. So like this set right here is just the single neon glitter set. And you can get that as well. I know, Angel. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I love my 100 color set. Like initially I got the 72 color set, and then I loved it so much that I went ahead and got the 100 color set. Then once I got the 100 color set and I realized there was no duplicating colors in both of those sets, I went ahead and got the purple monochromatic set because I wanted to see, like, is that a duplicatable color? And that's how I found out that the monochromatic sets are they make up the 72 color set. So this full set right here is in this 72 color set, but also the other colors that they have in the monochromatics are also in the 72 color set. So you don't need these if you have the 72 color set. So I did learn that. These neons are in the 100 color set. So this single neon set that I have is also the same glitter neons right here that are in this glitter set. So it's the same. They're the same. And let me see. I'll pull it for you so you can see. So you can see that this neon, whoops, this neon and this neon are the same. So this is out of the 100 color set. So those are duplicates. So we've got a little under 5 minutes left on this flash sale. This is going to be probably the cheapest you're going to find this 100 color set on TikTok Shop. It's normally 160 bucks. I think they do have a sale running right now that's a little less than that, but this flash code is only available right now while I'm on my live. So if you want to grab this up, you should grab it quickly because we are going to be starting our tutorial at 11. So I'm going to turn these flash sale codes off and we're going to start doing our tutorials. So for our watercolor today. So if you guys are interested in grabbing this sale, I'm going to run it. I might have time to run it one more time before we start our tutorial, but that's about it. So if you want the 100 color set, the 72 color set, or if you're interested in doing one of the single sets, I have some flash sale codes on those as well if you're interested in, like, say, the neon set. This neon set right here is super, super cute. So even if you're not wanting to grab a full set, but you're wanting to grab one of these smaller sets, I can get you a better price on those as well. The neon, the neon set is, let me see if I can find that for you. I'll pin it for you guys. Because it's normally, I can't remember exactly what the normal price on that is. But here is the flash sale for the neon set. So this neon set right here, again, this set comes in the 100 color set. So if you get the 100 color set on the flash sale, you don't need this set. But if you're just wanting the neons, this is a really good price for the neons because you get the entire neon glitter set. You get all the same features as the 100 color set. So you get the swatches that are down in the pin so you can see what color it is. You don't have to keep up with the swatch card. You get 4 times the amount of ink, and you get the retractable tip, which is so nice. Love the retractable tip because as a neurodivergent person, I can never keep up with my lids. So I'm always losing my lids. So if you are like me and you have trouble keeping up with lids, having the retractable tips are really, really nice. And again, this is the same neon set that is in the 100 color sets. You get the neon glitters in this 100 color set, but if you want just the neon glitters, you can get them by themselves, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. So These are very, very juicy as well. I want to show you guys how well they write. Let me grab some paper, because they are a very nice set of pens for writing. So let me just kind of aim this down here so you guys can see this. But we don't end up with any kind of railroading, as you can see. They are very smooth and juicy. They don't skip when you write, so you can write with them. There's no skipping, which is great. I think part of the problem with gel pens is that they tend to either have a white line down the middle of them, or when you're writing, the gel doesn't come out smoothly and they skip. I have not had an issue with either one of those. I don't have any kind of issue with that happening with these pens. They always write really smoothly. I never get any kind of railroading with them at all. So that is a really big plus. These are very consistent, very juicy. So you won't have to deal with any of that stuff when you're doing your art. Now, I literally did this entire flamingo with this set. And you can see there's no skipping or railroading in this right here. And I had all of these pink options in one set. The 100 color set has all of these options. So I think that's a really cool thing too, because you can do monochromatics with them. If you guys like that. I love monochromatics, so that's a big pull for me. So that is a huge benefit. But again, you can get these sets individually. This is the detail, or this is the neon set. So I'll pull out this green and show you guys how the glitter ones write, because I think that sometimes we see the glitter and that's the heart, that's the ones that don't always do what you want them to do. But as you can see, these are very, very juicy. They don't skip. They write really, really smoothly. They don't railroad. So I love that about them. And they're super sparkly. As you can see, they've got that really nice glittery, sparkly look to them. So that is the glitters. Okay. So anybody have any questions, let me know. I would love to answer any questions about these sets. Again, my biggest question that I get, questions about these sets. Again, my biggest question that I get, color set when it comes to glitter, because the 100 color set does have some glitter pens in it, but it does not have the same glitter pens as the 72 color set. So if you are wanting both sets, you're not going to duplicate yourself, okay? So just know that the 100 color set has does have glitter. It has the first two sections of this case right here are glitter, okay? So it's our glitter and metallics. So they're glitter and metallics, not just glitter. You do get some metallics in this as well. Oh, my swatches are coming up here. So you get all of these right here as glitter and metallics, but they're not the same as this set, okay? These metallics, or these glitters, are all of the monochromatic sets that they offer. So you can get these in individual colored monochromatic sets, or you can get the entire set of 72. So this is the 72 monochromatic set. This is the purple. So all of these are in the 72 color set, but they do not duplicate in the 100 color set. So if you have both sets, you're not duplicating yourself. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to pin that. So let me pin that for you guys. So we've got, this will be the last time I'm running this sale for this 100 color set. So, because I'm going to start our tutorial in just a few minutes. So we're going to, after this sale runs out, after this, the timer runs out, then it'll go back up to the normal price. So just know that if you try to check out after this sale runs out, then you're going to get that normal price. That's what they're good. And I know these are pricey, guys, but I'm telling you they're worth it. And the reason they are is because, first of all, they have 4 times the amount of ink. So it's like you're getting 4 sets of pens, because they have 4 times the amount of ink as a normal pen, which is great. They're going to last you a long time. They have the swatch strip in them, so you can see your color in the pen itself. You don't have to keep up with the swatch card. That is genius. They are retractable, so you don't have to keep up with a lid. Neurodivergent people like me are going to love that, because I can never keep up with my lids. So that is great. They also come with this absolutely amazingly beautiful leather case, so you can take them on the go. So I love that about them as well. So that is the difference. Again, the biggest question I get, are they duplicating? And they're not. So in the 100 color set, you get glitters, you get neon glitters and metallics, and then you get glitters, you get neon glitters and metallics, and then you get neon glitters and metallics, and then neon regular gel pens. You get your regular primaries and secondary colors. You get macaroons, and you get pastels. So that is the 100 color set. In the 72 color set, you get all of the monochromatic glitter sets. So you get your skin tones, you get your purples, you get your blues, you get your yellows and greens, and then you get your yellows and then your greens, and then you get your reds, and these are more of your yellows. So you get all of those monochromatic sets in this one set of 72 total. Okay, and these, again, do not duplicate into the 100 color set. The 100 color set are different colors of your glitters. Okay, any questions about any of that before I get going? Because we are about to start our tutorial this morning. I will let this flash sale run until it goes off. Just know that if you grab these up before the flash sale is over with, then you will get them at that $89.10. That's the lowest price you're going to get them on TikTok right now. But once that flash sale is gone, they're going to bump back up to that regular price, which is a little bit steep. So, well, I would pay double for this set because I love it so much, but I'm just saying, if you can save the money, save the money. So there's that. So I'm going to let it run, but we are going to move on, and we are going to start working on our tutorial today, which is going to be the turtle, the sea turtle. So we are going to be working on our sea turtle, and that is, let me pull that up for you guys so you guys can see what we're going to do today. Right here. So this is what we are going to be doing today. So hopefully you guys can see that. Isn't he cute? That's what we're going to paint today. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting set up for that, and I will show you guys all of the things that we are going to be using for that. So we're going to be doing an ACEO size. So go ahead and grab whatever paper that you use and cut it into a 2.5 by 3.5 inch. 2.5 by 3.5 inch size. Okay. I know. Isn't he adorable? I love him so much. He's so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and unpin that. Yep, he is adorable, and we are going to make him so stinking cute today. So, hang on one second. Let me just grab this. I'm going to put this right up here. Oh, sorry, guys. I don't know why. There we go. I'm going to move that up out of the way. All right. So we are going to be working on the turtle today, and I want to go through what you're going to need for this project. First, you're going to need some watercolors, okay, or some gouache paint, whichever you prefer. Gouache or watercolors is fine, okay. The ones that I prefer, my very, very first watercolor set was this Meeden set right here, okay. This is the Meeden Pan watercolor sets. Now, this was my first set, the 48 color set. As you can see, it is an absolute hot mess. And the reason it's a hot mess is because I used it probably every single day, multiple times a day for a year and a half, at least, before I learned, or, you know, as I was learning, okay? It's a great beginner set, but it's also really good if you're a seasoned watercolor artist because it has lots of options. The other set that I have is this one, which is the same set. It's just the 96 color set. After about a year and a half, I upgraded to this 96 color set because it had more of the metallics, okay? So this has 30 metallics in it. It has 12 of the macaroons, and it has your 6 neons, whereas the 48 color set only has 6 metallics and 6 neons. It doesn't have the macaroons at all, and then it's got your other secondary and primary. What I love about this set is that it also goes from lightest to darkest in color families, and your color families move down from the top to the bottom. So you can learn to shade really easy with these because you just move over as you go. So if I'm doing this red and I want to shade with a darker red, I can just shift over to the next red and it gives me a little bit of a shading. So you can learn to shade really, really easily with this palette. So another thing I like about this palette is that they pop out. So you can pop out your palettes and you can also pop out your individual colors. Whoops. Yep. Like that. So you can, you know, mix and match them, change them up. If you want to make a custom palette with these that of all the colors you use most, you can do that. I love that about this palette. It also comes with a brush. It comes with a pencil. It comes with an eraser and 2 art sponges. It also comes with this detachable palette that when you're done, you just stick it back on here and fold it down and close it up. So this is a really great palette to have, especially if you like pan style watercolors, which I love. Okay. So, these are what I use a lot in my art. Okay. So if you look at all of the art work that I do, most of the time I'm using one of these 2 palettes or my Meeden tube paints, okay? Now, I do have some gouache paintings, but for the most part, I'm using Meeden paints, okay? So those are one of your options. The other option you have is the Meeden tube paints, which I have in a pan format because, like I said, I like the pan format. So I went ahead and squeezed my tubes into this empty tin that Meeden makes, and it has this fold out palette as well to mix, and the paints go right here in the middle. I pull them out for my lives because it makes it easier for me. But that is the Meeden tube paints. So if you like a tube paint, then that is right here. So there are 48 colors in this set. And again, I just put them in a pan, and that's how I use them. So when you see it, you'll see that they're tubes, but for me, they're in a pan. And that is because I do, I like to keep them you know, where I can access them like this. Also, I don't like to have to pull my colors every time. I like to have my colors readily available. And I keep the refills or the tubes right here in this drawer. And when I need to refill them, I can just reach over, grab the tube, put it in the pan, you know, squeeze it in here, and then I'm done. So I don't have to pull them every single time, which I like. So that is one of the things I love about having, you know, an empty pan, is you can do that, and then you don't have to worry about pulling your colors every single time. Okay. All right. So you're going to need some watercolors. It does not have to be the watercolors I use. Okay, guys, you can use whatever watercolor you want. Okay. These are the two that are in this series that we've already done. We did the octopus on Monday. We did the, was it Monday? No. Tuesday. We did this one on Tuesday. We did this one last night. We're going to do the turtle today. Okay. So, know that if you don't have any experience painting and you want to paint with us, I promise you can do this. Okay. So grab your paints and join us. You're going to need some brushes. So you're going to need at least one brush. The brushes that I am using are going to be the Meeden brush set. Again, you don't have to have the same things that I have. It's going to be the Meeden brush set. Again, you don't have to have the same things that I have. You're going to be the Meeden brush set. Again, you don't have to have the same things that I have. The Meeden brush set. And let me grab, this was a 4 brush set. And it comes with a 1, a 3, a use a 9. They have a 9 brush set as well, but I've not needed 9 of them. 4 has always been plenty for me. So these are the 4 that I use and love. The thing about this brush set is they do not rust, which is great because they don't get rust into your art. They don't shed because the ferrule is really tight. They're synthetic squirrel hair, so they hold a ton of water, and they keep their shapes really nicely. And they're designed to reduce hand fatigue. They have a very short handle, so you can control your strokes really easily. So if you're looking for a professional brush set that is not going to break the bank, this is a set for you. It is going to level your art up so quickly. And guys, I'm telling you, brushes matter. So if you don't have a good professional brush set because they're so expensive, then this set is a great set to grab because it's not super expensive, but the quality of brush is there. And it's a really, really nice set. And they do have a flash sale going right now, so take advantage of that if you're looking to get a good brush set. All right, so that's the set that I'm going to be using. The other set that I will be using is the Golden Maple set. So we are going to be using the Golden Maple 20 brush detail set. That is, let me see if I can find it. Hang on. It's here somewhere, guys. Just gotta pull it up for y'all. I really like this set too. This is my favorite out of all of my brushes. This is my very favorite set. And there it is. Okay, so this is the Golden Maple set. It has 20 different brushes in it, as you can see, and it comes in a case. There is a flash sale code for this, so it has just started. So it'll be up for about 10 minutes if you guys are interested in grabbing this set up at that flash sale price. You get your round brushes, you get your flat brushes, you get your fan brush, and you get your angled brush. You also get liner brushes in this set. It has this set has a no rust ferrule as well, so you're not going to get a rusty, tip on your brush. It also has a design that reduces hand fatigue. These are, I did some checking into these, and these are synthetic goat So it is a synthetic goat hair, and it holds a lot of water, and they hold their shapes really well. So this is my favorite detail brush set that I own, and I have a lot of them. And they're all, I think all my detail brush sets, except for one, are the Golden Maple sets, because I love their brush sets. I have their three brush set as well, which is the 0, the 1, and the 00. Brush set as well, which is the 0, the 1, and the 00. This is a great set too, and I use it quite a bit. Then I also have their set that's the 10/0. There's 6 of these, and they're all the same size. And these are the teeny tiny ones. And I do have flash sale codes for this set as well, if you're interested in this blue set, which is just the little micro details, which I love. And I like the shape of these. They have that triangle handle shape, so it makes them easy to grip and hold. But this 20 brush set is a really good set to have, because you get all of your different kinds of brushes. Again, your flats, your rounds, your liners, your fan, and your angled brushes. It also comes in this nice case, so you can keep them all together and you don't have to worry about losing them, which for somebody who's neurodivergent, that happens to me quite a bit. I'm constantly searching for the brushes that I need, and I never have to with this set because they're always in the case and they're always hanging up in front of me on my pegboard. So love that. Okay, so that's the detail brush we're going to use today. We are also going to... Oh, I'm sorry, Angel. I hate that it's skipping for you. Are you in an area where your signal's kind of spotty? Because that definitely is a possibility. Because it's showing that my signal's good, so... But that doesn't mean anything, because sometimes it's spotty even when my signal's good. So you just really never know. It's all crazy. Okay. So we're going to be using that. Then the other thing that we're going to be using is our Grabby multi-liners, which are it's a waterproof pen. You always want to have a waterproof pen when you're working with watercolors. And that way you're not, your ink doesn't smear when you're doing your detail work. So I'm going to be using these. These are the black Grabby multicolors. You get all of these sizes. Here, let me turn them over so you guys can see them. Okay, you get 10 different sizes in these black pens. They're kind of like the microns, but they are not quite as pricey. And also they, you get your 003, which that is not necessarily in all of the other sets. So I love the 003 size because you can get that really teeny tiny detail. All right, so we'll be using that. And then in addition to that, we'll be using some colored pencils, and we will be using a regular pencil. Now, the regular pencil, I use a mechanical pencil out of the Nick Pro set. I'll put that up here for you guys so you can at least see what set I use. Hopefully. Yep, I hope it did. All right, guys. Okay, so this is the Nick Pro set, and the thing I love about a mechanical pencil is that it is very consistent with your line work. So if you want to be able to draw really well, then using a good mechanical pencil is what you're going to need for that. Because if you look at, let me just pull it so y'all can see it. But when I drew this right here, okay, I needed all of these little hairs to be the same width. If I had used a regular pencil, as this pencil lead got dull, the width of my hair would have gotten wider. But because I use a mechanical pencil, even as the lead goes down, it doesn't widen out. So I can keep my line work very, very consistent when I'm using a mechanical pencil. And these are really nice metal pencils, so they're going to last you a while. They're made really well. And they come in this case, so you can take them on the go, which is nice because I'm always taking my artwork or my art supplies with me when I go places. It comes with the 0.5, the 0.7, the 0.9, and all of the 2.0s. You also get all of your lead hardnesses, so you get your soft and your heavy leads. You get extra erasers. You get a kneaded eraser. You get extra leads for your 2.0s that are colored. And you also get some pencil sharpeners for your 2.0s, which is nice as well. So this is a really nice set for if you do a lot of sketching and you want consistency. So I love this set. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to be doing the turtle today. So if you guys are ready to get started, I need to share this out really quickly because I did not do that. If I can get to them. So let me do that really quickly. I normally share it at the beginning, but because I was going through the ZSCM stuff, I didn't do that. And that my normal people that paint with me need to know in case they want to paint this morning. So I'm going to share that out really quickly to all of them that normally paint, because Talia's not in here and she's usually in here. So I'm going to make sure that everybody knows I'm on, and that will help them to know. And my mom, who's always on here, is not here, which is weird. Let's see. Give me just a second, guys. And then we will get started. All right. There we go. Okay. I was sitting here thinking, why do I not see my normal people? And then I realized I didn't share it out, and that's probably why. So I'm going to give them a few minutes to hop on because Talia really, she likes to paint with us almost every day. I know Jamie's usually here. So I'm going to give them all a few minutes to hop on. All right. Again, we're going to be using the Meeden tube paints this morning. So if you are interested in knowing what brand of paint I use, whether I use the tube paints or the pan paints, they're usually Meeden brand. So, okay. So we are going to get started. Let me show you guys the inspiration photo. So you have it, and you can screenshot it if you need to. We're going to be doing the turtle today. So this is the inspiration photo for what we are going to do today. And this is going to go with our Sea Creature series. Remember, we're doing a series of 6 different paintings that are our sea creatures. So go ahead and grab a screenshot of that so that you have it for when we start drawing. And we will be getting going on that. All right. So let's go ahead and tape it down. We're going to go ahead and put our washi tape on the painting so that we have nice border around our painting. As you can see, when we do this, we peel it, we get this nice little kind of a frame around here. And that's what we want. So, all right. So let's go ahead and we're going to give ourselves like a 1/4 inch border on all 4 sides. Sorry, I'm going to move this so I can see. All right, let me... Just one second, guys. I've got to get my computer set up where I can see y'all's comments, and I can't do that when I'm on this thing. Hey, Amy, how's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. All right, so let me get this plugged in here, and then this in here. Lorena, welcome in. All right. Okay, I use washi tape to do this because it gives me cleaner lines. So I have a set of like really inexpensive washi tape. So I don't feel like I'm wasting my good, expensive tape. This is what I use. And it has, I can't remember, yeah, like 38 rolls or something like that in it. And it's a really decent price. So I use this. And that way I don't feel like I'm wasting my expensive washi. And I still get these really clean lines with the washi. The problem that I have with it is that when I heat it up with the heat gun, it kind of comes off of the wood sometimes. So I tend to have to put painter's tape around it. But I don't want to use painter's tape directly on my paintings because it doesn't give me as clean a line as the washi does. So that's why I do the washi tape, even if I have to put painter's tape on it later. Because I like the clean lines that I get with the washi. Hey, Talia, how's it going? There you are. I knew you would be in here in just a little while. I forgot to share it out, and I was sitting here talking, and I was like, where are all my people that normally paint with me? And then I remembered I didn't share the live. So I went and shared it out, and I was like, oh. So I knew that, because I want to have people I could talk to. I mean, Angel was here, so she's always here. She's so faithful to show up and hang out with me. But I was like, where are, like, Stacy Lee isn't in here, and she's normally here, and you and Jamie and all the people that are normally here. So range. And then I remembered I hadn't shared it with you guys. So, okay. Angel, I hope you're having a better day today. I know yesterday, at least you got a good laugh. But I hope you're having a good day or good morning. And that your day continues to go smoothly and wonderfully. So we are doing our turtle. So let me give you guys the turtle view. So you guys, Talia, so you can grab a screenshot of the turtle. I don't know. My signal is showing that it's a good signal. I don't understand. I'm not sure why it's being so glitchy. I'm wondering if it's not in the system, because mine is showing a green light. It usually gives me green, yellow, or red depending on my signal, and the green light is showing. So it's showing that I have a decent signal. So I don't know if it's just trying to be difficult or what, but let me move this here. I gotta move a few things around, guys, before we get started, because I have this overhead thing on my left, which is where I keep my computer to be able to see y'all's comments and to be able to switch the products out. But unfortunately, that is kind of in the way now because I have this thing on the left, and I don't like it on the left. I think I might have to move it back to the right and just swing it around like I was doing before, but then it was kind of in the way of me painting, so it's like there's not really an ideal place. I have to move it back to the right and just swing it around like I was doing before, but then it was kind of in the way of me painting, so it's like there's not really an ideal place. Okay, Oh, that's weird, Angel. So strange. But you know, it's glitchy. The whole system is glitchy. I don't get it. Like, it's been that way since the changeover, I feel like. I feel like the changeover has really affected a lot. Who knows? That's just me. That's just my opinion. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get kicked off, but okay. So we're going to do the turtle, and the turtle is going to be swimming, so we don't need a ground. We are going to need the ocean though. So let's go ahead and do our background. Like we always do, I'm going to be using the cerulean blue because I want it to be cohesive with the backgrounds of my other two, because this is a series. So the cerulean blue is the color that I use for the water. So that is going to be what I use. That's this blue right here. So I'm going to go ahead and use my number 5 brush out of the Meet and brushes. And I am going to get, hang on, let me pin that. There we go. And I'm going to get some clear water on my paper. Okay, so just put some nice clean water. You want it to have quite a bit of water on there. Okay, this isn't about the just glistening. This is like heavily give it a lot of water, like heavily saturate it with water. And then put your blue on your paper. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our paper towel or your sponge that's in your palette or whatever. That's what those art sponges are for, to dry your brush and pick up that color. So just dry it every time and pick up your color. Go from top to bottom and then go from left to right. And then go from right to left, or right to left and then left to right. I had that wrong, guys. Sorry, I'm just learning my left and right. Okay, and get it kind of almost white again. Okay. I'm glad you can agree, Angel, because I really feel that way. All right, so let's go ahead and dry this. I had somebody ask the other day what heat gun I used. So I'm going to pin this for you guys just so you guys know. It's super quiet. It has this silicone so I can't burn myself with it, which is nice. And it comes with several of these, and it comes with several tips and all of that. So it's a really nice heat gun. So if you're looking for a good heat gun that's quiet and that doesn't break the bank, this is a good one to have. It's by Let's Resin. So I've linked it below for you guys in case you're wondering. Okay, but I had somebody ask me that the other day, so I wanted to make sure that because I hardly ever point that out, but I do have that particular one. Okay, so now we are going to get our drawing of our turtle started. So we're going to be using the Nick Pro pencil set. I'm going to be using this 0.5 right here. Okay. While I'm thinking about it, please remember to grab your fan club points right here at this heart, and also tap the screen. If we get to 30,000 likes, I always do a giveaway. I have these cute summer earrings that I made with this watercolor set. Those will be what our giveaway is for today. So if you are wanting to be me to do that, then tap that screen as much as you can, because we want to get to 30,000 so that I can give those away. If not, I'll hold them for another day. But those were painted with the watercolors that we're using today. And they were hand cut, or they were laser cut also by me. So okay. Sorry, I've got a few things. I've got comments that are getting stuck. It's weird. Oh, pointing right. Yep. I know. Sometimes I get mixed up with my stuff. So thank you for the heart me. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. So we are going to start drawing our turtle. So if everybody is ready to do that, you guys give me some comments in the comment section that you're ready. And also if you are, oh, sorry, that was the popular that you gave me, Talia. Thank you so much for that. If you are ready, hit ready in the comments so I know we're ready to go, and we'll start drawing. He's going to be a little bit, probably a little difficult. I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, how am I going to do this? But I think that it's going to be easiest to start with his shell. It's always the starting point, I think, that is hard for me. So I'm going to start with the shell. And that's going to be about here. Oh, I got a gnat crawling on my stuff. And it's going to be like a smiley face, like a big smiley face. So we're going to go up like this. Okay. So that's the bottom of the shell. It kind of has a little bit of a lip right here. And then it goes up like this. And then we have the head. Oh, y'all, this is that stupid eraser again. I'm going to throw this thing away. I swear, I'm going to throw this away and get rid of that so I have my good eraser right here. Okay. All right, so we have, and then we have the neck that comes kind of down like this. And then it attaches kind of at the shell. We'll have the shadowing right there for that. And then we're going to have the fin that comes down like this. So there's the fin. So there's the fin that comes out here. I'm going to make that a little bit more pointy. Okay, so we have that fin, and then we're going to have these back little fins. This one comes out like this here. And then this one, no, I need to bring that in just a little bit more. Hang on. Get the spacing right on these. So this one's going to come out right here. Okay. Y'all, I can't get this to be shaped right. All right, come on, Ellen. Get it together. In 2025, I decided that my drawing was going to improve no matter what. And I really started focusing on being able to improve my drawing skills. And then I started doing lives, and you guys started pushing me to do even more than was way outside of my comfort zone. And now I really don't think too much about it. I go, yeah, we'll do that. And then when I pull it up like and start doing something like this and I can't do it, I'm like, what the heck's going on? Hey, Stacy Lee, how are you? Oh, let me show you guys. Let me show you. Here it is for you, Stacy. Stacy Lee. There's the turtle if you want to screenshot him. That's what we're using for our guide today. Stacy Lee. There's the turtle if you want to screenshot him. That's what we're using for our guide today. Okay. Perfect. All right. Okay, so we have that. Now, his head isn't quite as round as I made it, so let's fix the shape of that head. I kind of made it a little rounder than it should have been. All right, so we're going to it is round here, but then it comes kind of down right here and out a little bit more. And then down. That's better. Okay, we have his eye right here. And right here. Mouth. All right. Does that head look proportioned enough, or should it be bigger? I think it looks all right. I can always bring the shell down some if I need to. All right, now on this shell, we're going to kind of have this little lip right here. So I want to make sure that and it kind of comes around like that. Okay. All right, what do y'all think? I think that looks good. I think this needs to be down there. Let me fix this. Thank you so much for that. Heart me, Stacy Lee. Appreciate it. Y'all, gifts are really appreciated. Heart me, Stacy Lee. Appreciate it. Y'all, gifts are really appreciated in these lives for those of us who are creating content like this, because they do help us get out to that FYP so that we can get more people on. All right, let's fix this. Make this a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to go up and down. There, that looks better. That's a better shape for that shell. Okay. Fix his little tail there. All right. Now, because he's going to be a fairly light green, I'm going to go ahead and run my kneaded eraser over him. But he'll have a black liner, so it's not going to really be a huge deal if we've got that. But hey, Rain. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate that. Talia, thank you for the rose and the heart puff. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. It does look like he's looking at us, doesn't it? That's kind of cool. Rain, thank you for being here. It just occurred to me, I'm not really sure what you do. What do you do for a living if you can? I know you're working, so you may not be able to engage, but if you can, just curious. Okay. All right, so we have him ready to go. We've got him sketched out, and let's get going on the base. Are you guys ready for that? We want to block off his shell some. Let's go ahead and block it off in those little sections so that we have kind of a plan of action. I'm just kind of sort of following the pattern that's on there, but it doesn't have to be exact because it can be whatever you want it to be. Matter of fact, I'm just going to do it random. I'm not even going to pay attention to what's on there. There we go. All right, so there's our shell. Okay. All right, so we're going to use green, obviously. And I'm going to be using my meat and brush set. I love it, Talia. I love it. I didn't realize you were a praise and worship leader, but that's cool. And a children's pastor, all of that is great. Love, love, love it. I knew you were a photographer, but gosh, I wish you were closer to me. I need a good hairstylist. Okay. Let's go ahead. We're going to start. I'm just not sure what green I want to use. Let me pull up my swatches and see what I want. I think for this turtle, we are going to want to use I think this pale green and this mid green. These two, which are going to be, let's see. Here and here. Now that's the Viridian. So that's the mid green. And that's the yellowish green. So this is the mid. And I think I might have these out of order. Okay. So we're going to use that mid green. Oh, okay, cool. Do you work from home or are you on the road, or how do you, Rain, do you travel a lot or are you in an office setting? All right, we're going to use this green right here. I think this is the mid green or the pale green. And we are going to go ahead and, where is my, oh, I'm just going to use this right here. Okay. Hang on, guys. I got to get this out of my way. I can't see my image. Okay. Home. Oh, cool. Okay. Hey, Mom. Good morning. How's it going? Okay. Mom, I see y'all's text messages coming through, but I've got my phone on Do Not Disturb, so I don't know what y'all are talking about. But it looked to me like the few things that I did see that Pam sent some pictures of some food she made, which is always yummy. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and just do a base coat of this green very lightly. Because we're going to add in some of that yellow in a minute too. So you don't want it to be too dark. You do want it to stay wet, or at least have it be wet when you put the yellow in. So go ahead and add your green in there first. And again, I'm doing it really, really lightly. Well, that's technically what you are, Angel. Right? And I can tell you right now, with the way the gas prices are, I don't know how you're even sane. Things are crazy right now, price-wise, with diesel. I don't know what that was. I think it was a piece of my eraser got stuck in my brush. Okay, now that that is done, I'm going to wet this fin really good, and I'm going to reach in here and grab some of this yellowish green. And I'm going to put that in there. I'm just going to put it in there in blotches so that it kind of has that same look that we did last night on the shell of our hermit crab. We're just going to kind of put some yellow so it's got kind of a yellow little tint to it. Same thing with the head. Go around, make sure it's wet. Not too wet. That's a little bit too much. So I'm going to dry my brush and pick up some of that water. And go ahead and add in some of this yellowish color. Same thing with the rest of the body. I'm going to go in. Get it wet. Add in some of that yellow, especially on the belly. That's really, we want this to be really, really yellowy right here across the belly. And then, of course, don't forget the back fin here and the rest of that shell. Okay, so he's going to have more yellow on the belly than any other place. Okay, so he's going to have more yellow on the belly than any other place. And then you can go ahead and add in some more green if you want to. Just to kind of make it more blended. But just remember that you want that belly to stay fairly yellow. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and dry that. Then we're going to add in some shadows so we can kind of separate everything kind of out to where it starts looking like something other than a hot mess. Okay, so now we are going to, let's see, train conductors. You can, they come with, Jody, they come with 4 different sizes of pencils. So changing the size is just as simple as picking up the pen or the pencil. So this pencil is a 0.5, and then this one is a 0.7, this one is a 0.9, this one is a 2.0. These 3 are 2.0s. So your sizes are in the actual pencils themselves, and they're color coded. So like the yellow leads go with the yellow pencil. So those are this size. The blue size goes with the blue pencil, which is the 0.7. And then the blacks go with the 0.5 because it's got the black on it. So they're color coded. And then all of this color goes with these 2.0s because they are that green color. So that's how you change the sizes out of the pencils. $5.50 state tax. That's crazy. What are the other ones? Jody, I'm confused as to what you're asking. The other pencils? Are you talking about the colored pencils? Oh, over $6. That's crazy. So these are the only mechanical pencils I use. The leads are in the pencils. Yeah, the leads are right here, and you just pull them out like that, and you just push them in to change them out. They're super easy to change out. So all you have to do is to change them, different size. So, okay. So, for instance, this pencil, all of these leads for this size, the 0.5 size, are in the black containers, and they go in this pen. If I want to change out the size, I have to switch to another pencil. So if I want a 0.7 lead, which is going to be the larger size than the 0.5, I'm going to have to switch to the 0.7 pencil and the 0.7 lead. This 0.7 lead will not go in this 0.5 pencil. If that makes sense. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what I'm confused as to what you're asking. In one pencil. I don't have a mechanical pencil that I use that's got different sizes in it that I know of. Now I know there's a Nick Pro set that has just 3, but it's all the 2.0 sizes. But I don't have one that's a standard that you just switch out the lead sizes. I don't have one like that. I mean, I'm sure they make them. I don't know that I have one though, or that I know of one. I'm so sorry that I was confused on that. Okay. All right, so now we have the base done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to... Okay, sorry about that, Jody. I apologize for that. Sometimes I don't explain things very well. Okay, so we are going to now switch over to the Golden Maple detail brushes. Okay, I'm going to pull those up for you guys. This set is the one that is... Hang on, I gotta find it. This is the one that I use every day. I love this set because it is the 20-piece micro detail set, and it has 20 different brushes in it. I am going to be using this brush today, which is the number 20/0. Okay, I'll be using that today, and I might be using even some of the smaller ones today because this little guy's got some detail on him. But for now, I'm going to be using this one. Okay, I did start the flash sale on this. It'll be good for the next 10 minutes for you guys to save that extra money. This is normally, you can see the normal price is $49.98. They do have a little sale going on today for like $35 or something, but this flash sale gets you all the way down to $29.99. So if you guys are interested in having a good detail brush set, that's a really good price for this. You get 20 different brushes plus the case. Okay, so what we're going to do is we want some shadowing around his neck area to kind of separate his head from his shell. So I'm going to put some water right in here and right around this fin, okay? Because that is where we want to see that shadowing happening. And then right along his head right here, okay? So put some clear water there. Then you're going to reach in, you're going to grab some of this green, the same green that you use, but you're going to use it, it's going to be much more pigmented. You're not going to saturate it as much, and you're going to drop in that darker green along that shell. Also right along the fin, right here. And you're going to let it kind of spread on its own because that's what's going to give it kind of that shadowed look. Right along the head here. The only thing that you don't want to do is you don't want it to be so, you don't want any sharp, you know, harsh lines. So give it the shadow it needs, but, you know, blend it to where you don't have too many harsh lines coming out from it. And you can do that with clear water and just kind of spread so that it lightens up as it goes down. So you have that kind of shadow around the neck area. Okay, we also want a little bit of a shadow right here. So I'm going to go ahead and add in some right here. I'm using this darker green because that other green wasn't dark enough. And just pick sometimes playing around with the shadows and detail just takes a little bit of time to get all of them in where you want them to be for it to start looking kind of normal. So, hang on a second. We lost our music. I don't know what happened. Sometimes it switches over to my echo in the house. It's weird. It's like the dog makes a noise and it thinks I'm in the house and switches over. It's weird. All right, so we're just putting these shadows in where we want. That to go. I want a shadow right here as well. So we're going to add some water there. So this is just kind of separating all of the parts now. So we can tell where the fin starts and where the chest starts and where the head starts and all of that. This head also needs a little bit right here. So go ahead and put in some water right here. And give yourself a little bit of a shadow coming up from that. Okay, so you see how he's starting to kind of come together there? That's what we're wanting. All right, now we're going to go right along the shell. Right here. So go ahead and grab that darker green and put it right up underneath that shell and let it spread. If it doesn't spread, it means you need more water. So, because you don't want it to be a harsh line. So make sure that you've got enough water that it's going to kind of spread so that you've got a shadow, not just a harsh line there. That's what I love about these detail brushes. You can really get teeny tiny amounts. To put in these shadows. Okay, see how that's now got a little bit of a shadow under the shell? We definitely want that. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and dry that so it doesn't spread anymore, because that's perfect the way I want it. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go along the, well, first let's go ahead and add in our little colors for his back. So we're gonna use some green, obviously, because that is his main color. So I'm going to put in some of the green here. And here. And we'll do this one. Then we'll do some of this yellow green that we used on him. I think I want to do some, I'm going to do this big section right here in the yellow green too. Okay, and then let's go ahead and get some pink. Oh, y'all, that's my husband. He's saying, I like turtles. If y'all don't follow him, he is on TikTok under the Don May Project. He is a musician and a radio personality. So if you guys will click that comment or click the name on that comment and follow him if you like that kind of content. He just plays around mostly on TikTok. He doesn't really do much, but I'm sure he would welcome a follow from you guys. And he is always on the air when I am on with you guys live. That's usually when I do my lives, is when he's gone to the radio station on the air or when he's inside working on music. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's try, let's see. Let's do a blue. I don't know which one I want to use though. Which blue I want to use. Maybe I want to use a, let's do a purple. Let's do this. Let's do this light purple right here. Let's do that. Yeah, that's a good color. And It's springtime, lots of babies. All right, so now we have his back done, so we can start doing some shadowing in that area. So what we're going to do right across the top right here, so we're going to add that clear water. And we're going to dip into that dark green again. And it doesn't matter if it's across the purple or the yellow or whatever. We want to use the dark green as our shadow, okay? So I'm going to dip right here and grab this dark green. And I'm going to go right along the base of this shell. Basically on the line that I drew is what I'm doing. And we're going to give it a shadow. I've told my husband he needs to go live when he's on the air. People like that kind of stuff. They would be interested to see what he does behind the scenes as a radio personality. All right, so now we have that kind of shadow there. Just make sure it doesn't get carried away. I'm going to kind of bring it in here at the top. Just a little bit. Just like that. Okay. And then we're going to take that same green and we're going to go across that bottom part of the shell and make those little sections. Okay. So we're going to kind of go like this. Hang on, I got a little carried away there. Let me fix this. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right, now we're going to take this dark. And I don't know. We should probably do a shadow on top of that first. So let me do this again. Let's get some clear water and put it in here. Just in this thin section of the shell. Okay, get it nice and wet. And let's give that shadow a little shadow on the top there. Or the bottom, sorry. See, that's what these detail brushes come into play. I didn't realize my flash sale had gone off. I'll start it again for you guys so y'all can get a better price if you decide to pick up these brushes. Hang on one second. I know, I agree with that, Talia. Let me see, where are you? Okay, so don't check out with these brushes just yet. I see a couple of you guys have it in your cart. I'm gonna drop the price for you guys so y'all can get a better price really quickly. Give it just a few minutes and that's gonna drop way down to 29 something. I'll say way down, it's not a ton down, but it's gonna drop down. There we go. Okay, so there you go. For those brushes, you have that extra little discount. All right, so we have our shadow in. So now we're going to do those little sections. Okay. So we are going to go across like this. Remember, every piece of art goes through an ugly phase. So if you're looking at it and you're going, oh my gosh, this is a disaster, no worries. I promise it's going to start looking good. You just have to get through the ugly phase. Just taking clear water and kind of blending these out a little bit so they're not super harsh. So they kind of look like they have a little bit of a shadow on them. Okay, like that. And then we're gonna go up and over and around all of these little sections. Now right here on the foot, it's got kind of like a little, there's kind of a section with some little like scales. So we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna take this dark green and I'm just gonna kind of go in like this. So that he's kind of got those little feet there. I couldn't tell if that went all the way up or not, but it does, so. Okay. So now he's got his little scaly feet. Okay. And let's go all the way around him with this darker green. Okay. Let's go under his belly. Now I'm going to take some clear water and I'm going to kind of blend out these lines a little bit. I'm going to give him a little bit of a shadow right up underneath here. I think he needs a little bit of a yellow added, maybe right here. He lost some of his yellow when I was shading, so I'm gonna have a little bit of that in there. Okay. Same thing over here. I feel like he lost some of his yellow. Right along here. And then a little bit of the green right here. And then we'll put the shadow right up underneath there. Right here. Not too much, so I'm going to pick up some of that water. And I'm going to take this dark green and we're going to go right up underneath here with that dark green. Just to give it a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to rinse my brush. I'm going to use clear water to kind of blend that down. Don't forget about our little toes there. If we need to, we can add those back in. There we go. That looks better. Okay. All right. Can you guys not hear me? Sometimes I'm just quiet because I'm concentrating. Kimmy, thank you so much for purchasing those brushes. You're going to love them. I love them so much. Hey, Ellie, how are you? Oh my goodness. How are you doing? So good to see you. All I ever do these days is stay on the property and do art and hang out on TikTok. So now that I don't have the gym and I don't have to go out in the community, thank goodness. I'm not having to deal with public, which is so nice. I don't know about you guys, but after 35 years of dealing with sports parents, I am over it. Oh, I bet. Oh, you know what? I meant to reply to you the other day when you texted me and I totally got sidetracked. And now that you're on here, I'm just now remembering I didn't ever reply to your text you sent. You look amazing, by the way. Gosh. Y'all, if y'all don't follow Ellie, she's been on a health journey and it's pretty amazing the transformation she's made. I'm so impressed. I went to high school with her. She's a dear, dear friend, and she has just taken her health into her own hands, and I am here for it. Okay, looks like there's some little feet right here on this fin. So, thank you, Nicole. Hair, Nita, say more. Yep. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and again, we're going to add some water right here. So we can make those toes like we did on the other fin. It's not quite as noticeable on this side, so we'll go a little bit less dramatic, but nonetheless, we still want to have them there. So we're going to kind of go, you know what? I probably don't, well, no, that's going to be fine. I'm thinking out loud, y'all. So I'm just barely making some marks there for the toes. And then we're going to go along the edge and give it a line, an outline, just like we did with the other ones. Uh-oh, y'all, my dog's back there dreaming. He's yelping in his dream. Ellie, are you off work? Or are you working from home? What's going on with your recovery? You guys be sure and hit that, tap the screen if you don't mind, and also hit the fan club button if you don't mind. Hit the follow button if you don't already follow me and you like this kind of content. I'm on here every day. I do a tutorial every single day, Monday through Friday. And then sometimes I'll do pop-ups on the weekends, but most of the time I'm hanging out with my grandkids on the weekends. And you guys all tell me where you're from. If you're in the room and you're not one of my regulars that I'd know, tell me where you're from, what's going on, like what you're doing, that kind of stuff. I would love to know. I always like to have feedback in my comments going, so you guys be sure and give me some comments. Let me know what you think of the drawing and the painting. If you have any questions, because I'm here to help you guys learn. Brown, almost a black, for the top of the shell. Because I want to make sure that it kind of looks, it doesn't look like a pen. I want it to look like a, there we go. That's why I love these detail brushes. Okay, I'm gonna rinse it now, and I'm gonna go right along here. Just gonna kind of give it a little bit of a brush across there so that it's not so harsh. Just gonna kind of give it a shadow. Okay. Now I'm going to put clear water in here. Blend that down. Okay. Looks pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and go in with the dark green around all the shapes. Hang on one second. All right. Let me, one more time, I'm going to start this flash sale again because I want to make sure that you guys are getting the best price on this. I don't want you guys to pay full price. So I have 9 of these left today. So if you are interested, then grab them up. These are a great detail brush set. I want to make sure that you guys get a good price on that though. So that price will drop down to $29.99 in just a couple of seconds. And then These are great brushes. They're designed for like miniatures, like for painting like miniature dollhouse furniture and model cars and things like that. But they're synthetic goat hair and they work really, really great for watercolors. And they're literally my favorite set out of all the brushes that I have. From a detail standpoint, these are my favorite detail brushes. I use them every day. If I'm going to reach for a detail brush, it's going to be this set that I reach for every time. They hold a really good tip, which is really nice. They are designed to reduce hand fatigue, and they don't rust. So the ferrule is a rust-free ferrule, which, you know, I don't know if you guys have this issue, but I've had brushes before that they get wet and then they air dry and they rust. And then when you dip them into the water again, that rust gets into your image. And then you've got rust in the paint. And I hate that. It's so annoying. So these do not do that because they don't rust. All right. Okay. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to want to do some stippling. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Heart me, Anna. How are you? Good to see you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Heart me, Anna. How are you? Good to see you. All right. I think that, Anna, I have another lady that is in here that she's also a truck driver, Angel, and she's always in here every morning hanging out with us while she's driving the road. I've actually mentioned you before to her when we were talking about it. Okay. Let's see. I want to do some stippling on his chest, but I think I want to do it with the green. So I'm not going to do it with my grabby today. I'm going to do it with this green color, and I'm just going to kind of use this. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I may switch to the blue set. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what this does. Because I need them to be really teeny tiny dots. So I don't know if I can get them little enough. Yeah. All right, let me get the smaller brush. All right, just so you know, I'm going to switch to the, yeah, Angel says me. Yeah, Angel, Anna is also a truck driver. Obviously, it says it in her name, but and she does lives as well for Snap, which is a supplement company. And oh, y'all, they're amazing. I love their supplements. They don't fit in my vertical, unfortunately. So every time I do a live, it doesn't push any of my lives out for them, which upsets me because I'm a nutritionist by trade. So I really want to be able to do lives and be successful with those supplements, but it doesn't ever push them out for me. All right, so I'm going to be using this brush. So this is the blue brush, the blue detail brush sets from Golden Maple. Yes, Nicole, I will be putting this on my Tube of You. So if you're wanting the replay for that, no worries. Because this is the set that I'm using right now. Okay, guys. and it comes with 10 of these because these bristles wear out quickly. I mean, and when I say quickly, not super quickly, but they do wear out because there's very few bristles in them because they're teeny tiny. So this comes with 10 of these brushes in this set. I think 10. I may be wrong. 6 of them, sorry. Comes with 6 of these brushes of the 10s. Gosh, I'm losing my mind, y'all. Sorry. And so I have just a teeny tiny little bristle there, and I can do this stippling, and it's going to look really nice. Just watch what this does. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but these are great for doing this stippling shading, that kind of dotted. So you want to go really dense where the darker shading is, and then you want to spread the dots out. We're going to do that up here as well. Okay. See how that's working there? Yay. Oh, yay, Rain. I'm glad you're back. Oh, Nicole, that's no worries if you can't do it right now. You can pull it up on my tube of view. Oh, Rain, I didn't see you say you were sick. Are you not feeling well? I'm sorry about that. I hope that you start feeling better. And this is optional, guys. I'm just enjoying doing this little detail work. I love details. So, obviously, it does look like a map. Didn't even think about that. I am going to, oops, got a little green in there. I'm going to do this same technique on those squares too. So we can do some shading like this. I teach this little 12-year-old little girl on Mondays. She comes over to my art studio, and I do a 30-minute art lesson with her every Monday. Just for a friend of mine who has her grandkids. She's raising her grandkids, and so she brings her by, and we're working on stippling and shading right now. So I kind of have stippling of the brain because we've been working on learning values and how to shade with values. And so I kind of have been doing this a lot lately. I think that's why I ended up doing it, because I was like, oh, we can do that because I have it on the brain. So see how it kind of gives it a little bit of a texture and a shade. So let's do that with the pink too. I'm going to go across the top. These are teeny tiny brushes. These are teeny tiny brushes. Let's see, hang on. Okay. I'm doing this all on the left side of each one of these guys. So the light is coming from the front. So the back side of all of these are where I'm putting the shading. All right, let's do this green for the yellowish green. Because I think the other green will be too dark. So there's lots of different ways you can shade, and stippling is just one of those. And I like the way on like the turtle the stippling looks, because you get these little dots. And I think when you look at a turtle in real life, you see, you know, it's got these shaded little dots on it. So I think that's why I kind of gravitate towards the dots and the stippling style shading with the turtle, because I feel like that goes with this particular animal. And he looked a little flat on his shell until we started adding this in. Now he's not looking so flat. Now he's got kind of some depth to him. What do you guys think? What, my brushes are so old, I struggle with the fine lines. Yeah, well, Kimmy, those medium brushes that you got, or I mean the golden maple brushes you got. Oh, you got the blue set too. Okay, so these are the little bitty sets. But I'm telling you, they are so worth it. They're teeny tiny. You see that? Teeny tiny. These are great for stipple shading. Thank you for that purchase, by the way. They're really good for that. Now, the other set that you got, the 20 brush set, those have so many different sizes that you can do any kind of detail work with that set, because you've got a ton of options. So, both of these sets are amazing. I love both of them. But these blue ones are, I limit them to stuff like this, to doing this teeny tiny little detail work, because they have such a teeny tiny little bristle on them. All right. Now I'm going to go to the darker green for the darker green squares. We're going to go. I just really like this technique when it comes to turtles and crabs. The stippling looks really good on a crab. Also on like a dinosaur, a starfish. Stippling is a really good shading technique to use on any of that type of painting. And what you do is you make it really, really dense, lots and lots and lots of dots close together. And then as you go out to the lighter areas, you space those dots out further and further, so it looks like a dense shade, and then it kind of just lightens up as you go. I'm going to go all the way down this one though. And again, this is all optional. You don't have to do this on yours. I'm just doing it because I love doing detail work, y'all. This is so calming for me. I could sit and do this kind of stuff all day. It's so calming. There we go. Okay, so now he's got all that shading on his back. Now let's do some of that shading on his belly right here. I'm going to go right through here with it very, very dense. And then I'm going to come out. So we're basically surrounding that yellowish area with our stippling. One thing about these little brushes is you do have to dip more often because you don't have as many bristles, and they're little. So your color goes away quicker. So you do have to dip them a little bit more often. Than you would a normal brush. Okay. There we go. Let's do some right here. We almost don't even have to use colored pencils when you do this. Your mouth is numb. That's funny. I hate going to the dentist. Ugh. It was not fun. Okay, I'm seeing a few little, like, kind of those little finger marks along this little fin. So I'm going to do that, but really subtle. Okay. All right, now, let's see, we got to do his head and his eyes. Let's go ahead and get his eyes done. I'm going to pull out my, let's see. Hang on, my grabby multi-liners, which are right here. Okay, these are the grabby multi-liners. I'm going to be using the 005. This set comes in a solid set of 10 with all of your sizes. Let me turn them this way so you can see them. These are all the sizes you get in this set. The thing I love the most is it comes with the 003 and the 005. I'm going to be using the 005 to do the detail work on the face. Let me see. All right, so we're going to go all the way around his eye. And then we're going to come around like this. Okay. Over here, though, we're going to do all of this black. Okay, now I'm going to switch. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to do his mouth. Okay, now I'm going to switch to the 01. And I'm going to fill this in. I don't like to use my 05 for big spaces because it'll mess up the tip of it. Because the tip is so little, you have to be really careful with them so you don't mess them up. All right, now I'm going to use my ZSCM white. And guys, if you don't have the ZSCM 100 color set of gel pens, then you are missing out because this set is amazing. And it is literally my favorite set out of all of the gel pens that I own. It is my very favorite. I've got to find my white. Here it is. And the reason that these are my favorite is because they have this swatch card so you can see what color you're getting. Also, they don't have a lid, so they're retractable and you don't have to keep up with a lid. And they have 4 times the amount of ink as a normal gel pen, so they're going to last you a lot longer. So if you don't have the ZSCM pens, this is in the 100 color set. I do have some flash sale codes for these, and they are, the whole set is amazing, okay? You get some glitters and metallics, but mostly you get regular gel pens, but you get neons and you get macaroons and you get pastels and you get your primary and secondary colors, like so many colors, okay? So if you're wanting me to run that flash sale for you guys, I'm happy to do that. It'll be the lowest you can get these on TikTok shop if you use the flash sale code that I have. I think it comes out to like $89.10 for the entire set of 100 pens, which is, they're normally $160 for the set. So if you're interested, you don't have to fight with the white either. The white always works because, you know, whites are, they're iffy. You just never know with the whites. Okay. So we're going to go back now to the detail, the golden maple detail brush set, the 20 brush set, because now we're going to do our bubbles around him, and that is going to require this golden maple set right here. Okay, I'm going to use the 18 out of this set. That price is going to drop. Don't purchase these until that price drops if you're getting these. Okay, so I'm going to pull the, no, I don't want to pull the 18. I'm going to use this one right here. It's a 12 round to do the bubbles, okay? So when we do our bubbles, we're going to dip into our blue. Let me go ahead and get some water in there. So we're going to dip into that blue, okay? And we're going to create a semicircle like that. Then you're going to rinse your brush. You're going to use just clear water, and you're going to kind of drag that up and around. And you're going to leave a little white space right there in the center to create that bubble. Okay. And again, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to dip in, you're going to get that blue, and you're going to do a semicircle. Rinse your brush, get clean water, drag it up into the bubble, and then finish that off like that. Okay, and you're going to do a few of those with this size brush. Then we're going to shift over to the blue ones that have the teeny tiny tips so we can get even smaller bubbles. We want them to have different colors. So like we don't want it to be super dark or super light. We want different shades of these bubbles, okay? So some of them are going to be really light. Some of them are going to be dark. We want different sizes as well. I'm telling you, having these detail brushes makes a huge difference. Yes, I'm using the Meeden tube watercolor paints. They're just in a pan because I've put them in a pan. But I'm using the Meeden, yes. Rinse your brush. Clear water, drag it around all the way. Good. So remember, we want some of these to be lighter and some of them to be darker. So, you know, you kind of want them to be, some of them to be very subtle, and you want some of them to be very bold. Okay, now I'm going to switch. So I'm going to pick up my blue now, okay? I didn't, Angel. I never did get the setting spray. I need to do that. Every time y'all ask me about it, I tell myself I'm going to do it, and then I never do. To a store, they have paper towels now that you can make a little square. I know. I've seen those, Stacey Lee. But I don't know about you guys, but I'm a couponer. I'm a huge couponer. So I use, every Saturday, I go and do my coupon. So the paper towels that I get or whatever I can do couponing with. So I am a major extreme couponer. Yeah, message me once a day, Angel. You need to. And I'll remember to do that. That's funny. Oh, goodness. Okay, so now we're going to use the blue ones, okay? So I'm going to switch back over. Now, there's about a little over 5 minutes left on this flash sale for this set, this brown set. So if you guys are wanting the 20-piece set, that'll be going in the background. So no worries. You can still grab that up for the next 5 minutes. But I'm going to go ahead and post these blue ones because that's what I'm going to be using for these smaller bubbles. And so I'm going to post those for you. And I'm going to be doing some teeny tiny bubbles. Goodness. Because we want little and we want big. That one you can hardly even see. Try that again. There we go. I mean, these bristles are teeny, tiny, teeny on this brush. So you can do teeny tiny little bubbles. All right, I think that's enough bubbles. We're going to do some splattering. So now I want to do his head. We need to get some stippling done on his head. Not much, but a little bit across the top right here. Y'all hear my bird chirping? She has babies now. I have a whole family of birds chirping now. That is not in my music, y'all. That is outside my window. I love it. She's up early chirping too. Like I hear her early in the mornings. All right, there we go. Okay, now, I'm not sure. It's way up in the tree, so I can't see. All right, so now we need to put, we need to give her some cheeks. So I'm going to put some wet, clear water right here in this cheeky area. Okay, I'm going to get some of this dark pink and I'm just going to drop it in just barely around here. Spread it around so she's got some cheeks on her. Love it. And then we're going to pull out our colored pencils. All right, so now all those flash sales are going on behind the scenes. If one of them is not on a flash sale, if you are trying to get something from Golden Maple or from ZSCM and it is not on a flash sale, do not check out. Comment under the comment section and tell me, and I'll restart the flash sale if I need to. Okay, because you do not want to check out and spend more money than you need to spend. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you guys that right now before we switch over to the colored pencils. We're going to be using the Color colored pencils. This is my go-to pencil set. I cannot say enough good things about it. I wish I had a flash sale code for you guys for these because they're so good. I want everybody to have them. But unfortunately, I do not have one for them. So we are going to be using the lemon yellow fluorescent, the apple green, and the aquamarine green. Okay, so that is what we're going to be using to give some shading to a few little areas. Okay, we're going to definitely go in right here in the chest area and give it some light shading. And we're going right over our stippling. We don't have to worry about that. Okay. And again, that stippling is just going to give it that extra. This is also optional. You don't have to do this, but I want the dimension. Going for dimension, guys. Dimension. We want that dimension to happen, and it will happen with the pencils, as you can see. See what that did for that? Amazing. It just kind of makes it look rounded like we want. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing in the belly area. Okay, so I'm going to give it a good coat of this fluorescent in the belly, right through here. And then I'm going to go in the corners. With the darker too. Okay, and then also right here. I'm not going to use the fluorescent. I'm just going to use this lighter green right here. And then the dark right here. Just right where I want that shadow. Okay, so see how it just kind of gave it more of a, I don't know, it just makes it more 3D, for lack of a better way to say it. I just like the way that looks. I need this to be sharp. So, and I'm telling you guys, these pencils, so they are a wax based, but there's 240 colors in this set. And I'm going to tell you guys that even though you go, that's overkill, it is definitely not. Because when you're wanting to do dimensional shading like this, you want to have multiple options of the same color so that you can do ombre shading and you're not in a position where you are stuck doing shading that doesn't like ombre, right? Okay, so let me show you guys really quickly because I want you to see what I'm talking about. So on this drawing, I did, hang on, my grandson's been in my book. Nope, that's not it. Gotta find it. Here it is. So on this drawing, this was an older set that I have, a 72 color set, which I love, by the way, and I still use it. But I only had 3 choices of greens. I had light, medium, and dark. So I did my shading the best that I could. Now, then I got the 240 set, and I did this green with the 240 set. And you can see the difference in the dimensions and how that fades because I was able to do a light green, a light medium green, a medium green, a medium dark green, and then a dark green. And so you were able to shade better with this. Same thing with the orange. If you look here, I had a light and a medium and a dark. Here I had light, light, medium, 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 dark, and dark. So you see the difference in how you can come up with this like fade out rather than with less options. So when somebody says to me, oh my gosh, 240 colors, that's overkill. In my opinion, 240 colors really isn't that much because when you're talking about this versus this, you can see a big difference. And I'll show you the way that that kind of works because if you look at this picture, okay, this was done with the options and this one was done with less options. Do you see the difference? So this one was done with the 72 color set. This one was done with the 240 set. I don't care who you are, you can see a huge difference in how that works when it comes to coloring. So that is why I like having a set that is a bigger set. So Jody, thank you so much for grabbing those pencils. You got them for a really good price too. I paid way more than that. These pencils are, they've come down in price a lot since I purchased mine. So, but you're going to enjoy those a lot. And they make a huge difference in your shading as well on your watercolors. So thank you for grabbing those up. All right. So when it comes to pencil shading, you know, or pencil art, I am a huge fan of more is better. And I'm not always that way. You know, I'm not always like more is better, but in this instance, more is definitely better. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go in the corners of this stippling and give some shadows with this dark on the left sides of each of these so that we can get that shading looking right. I'm going to do the same thing with the pinks and the purples. So I'm going to get a dark purple, which is going to be your, I'm going to use the ultraviolet, and I'm going to use a dark pink, which is going to be the bright pink. Okay. And I'm going to go in and just add in a little bit in the corners of each of those. Not much. I'm being very conservative with it, but I do want to have some. Okay, now the yellow, this yellowish part, I'm going to go in with, I think I'm going to use this gold. I'm going to use this autumn gold. It's going to be a very different color than what we have, but I think it'll look good. Maybe I'll use this lemon yellow, fluorescent lemon yellow, and see what that does. I just didn't feel like that was going to show up, and I was right. Maybe let's try this apple green. That's better. Okay, so now we kind of have that effect of the lighting coming from here. I will say that this green is a little much. I'm going to bring this apple green in here and bring this out some so that it fades a little more. Yeah, that looks better. So it has more of an ombre shade to it. I might even use this a little bit. There we go. All right. That looks better. Okay. So I think that is where we're at. I think it's time to splatter paint this little cute guy. What do you guys think? You add those so I can put in my cart, the blue brushes. Yes, the blue brushes. Let's see. The blue brushes, let me put that flash sale started. It's product number 45. And there is a flash sale for these. So let me give you that really quickly. Okay, so that's running for you, Stacy Lee. So it's product number 45, and you can grab that and put that in your cart now. Okay. It is this right here, the golden maple, a 6-piece 10/0 brushes. So you're going to get 6 of those 10/0 brushes, which is this, the teeny tiny brushes that we used for the stippling on this. Okay. All right, let's do a splatter. So I'm going to now use my Meet number 1 brush. All right, let's do a splatter. So I'm going to now use my Meet number 1 brush. It won't let you add it to your cart. That's weird. It won't add it to your cart after the live. Like when you get off the live, it won't save that sale, if that makes sense. It will go, as soon as I'm off live, it's going to revert to that $16.65 price. But it does show that, it shows me that you, it shows me that you're looking at it. It says on sale soon. That's so weird. It's, what price is it giving you? It should be $11.99 should be the price. Let me just see. Oh, you know what? Let me see. Hang on. Is it not giving you the $11.99 price? What price is it giving you guys? Let me know. Okay. It started now. Sorry, guys. I forgot to hit start. Now it should work. Try again. I forgot to hit start on the... I set up the sale, but I didn't hit start. So now try it and see what it does. You should be able to get that for the $11.99 now instead of the $16.65. Is that working for you guys now? Let me know. Okay, good, Stacey Lee. It shows that you got it in your cart this time. Perfect. Thank you. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes I forget to hit that start button. Okay. So now I am going to use the Meeden #1. I'm going to cover my turtle up because I don't want him to be, I don't want him to get too many splatters on him. He can have a few, but for the most part, I kind of want him to be covered. So I'm going to cover him as much as I can. And then I'm going to dip into that. Yep, I get it. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we're going to dip into this cerulean blue, which is what I used for my background. And we are going to just get a few little splatters. I don't want too many. I don't want too much on there, so I want to have some. And I want them to be fairly small. But I don't want them to be overpowering. So just a little bit. Okay. Pull that off. Ta-da! Oh my goodness, he's cute, guys. All right, so let's dry him off. Okay, now that he's dry, I need to fix this. I feel like I kind of messed that up by going in there with that marker. So, that pencil. So let me get this kind of fixed around those areas. There we go. Okay. So there he is. Let's take the tape off so we can see that frame. Look how pretty that frame comes out. See, it's hard to tell that that's a blue background until you peel the tape. And then once you peel the tape, you can see that frame and it comes out and it shows that he is in the water. I think that looks so pretty. You are going to own my baby. I'm sorry, guys. This is the way I make my living, though, so if that helps. So if I don't get on here and do live selling and do videos for products, then I don't have a living because I retired. And as most of us are realizing, retirement doesn't always pay the bills. Even though you've worked your whole life to get to that point, it doesn't always pay the bills. So you have to do things other than that. So this is one of the ways that I'm able to supplement my income. So I appreciate y'all supporting my shows other than that. So this is one of the ways that I'm able to supplement my income. So I appreciate y'all supporting my showcase. I know you are, Stacey Lee. Isn't he cute? Yes, Rain. I love him too. I think he turned out super cute. I'm going to sign him really quickly. And I use a waterproof pen so we don't accidentally smear the signature. I've done that before by accidentally using a pen that wasn't waterproof and then dropping a drop of water by accident on it, and then it smeared my signature and messed up the whole thing, and I had to do a bunch of stuff to fix it. So we don't want that to happen. So always use a waterproof pen to do it. I love how this series is turning out, guys. Look at how cute these are. So these are the ones so far that we've done this week. I am incredibly proud of this series so far. I think it's turning out really, really nicely. Okay, so today is Thursday. Tomorrow I will be on in the morning because my husband has a show tomorrow night at a winery and tasting room. And so I'm going to go to that and just enjoy watching him play tomorrow night and actually do some, taste some wine. So that's going to be my thing tomorrow. So I'm going to come on in the morning tomorrow. Thank you, Stacy Lee. I appreciate you supporting my showcase so much. It's going to be fun, Angel. I'm excited about it. I think my daughter's going to go with me, and her husband's going to stay home with the kids, and we're just going to make a mother-daughter night of it. It'll be fun. So, all right. So what do you guys think this series so far? Y'all let me know. I am super, super excited about it. I think the other 3 that we've got on the list to do for this series is going to be super cute. It's going to be kind of like my fish series. The fish series that I did are these. This was the pearl. This one is Pearl of My Heart. This one is, I think this one's Snack Attack. Yep, Snack Attack. This one is Golden Bubbles. Yep, Golden Bubbles. This one is Bubbles. Yep, Golden Bubbles. This one is, this was all my fish series. These are all in my EBA. This is Hooked on Me. This one is Fantastic Love. These are all, this is my Fantastic Friends collection. So it's very similar to this Sea Creatures collection that we're doing. I haven't came up with a title for this collection just yet, but Rain, I want to do a seahorse, but it's not on my list just yet, but I think I'm going to add it because we have 6 in this series that I had ChatGPT generate me some sea creatures just as a series, and so it made 6 of them, and seahorse was not in there, which I was surprised. So I'm probably going to have it generate one separately because that is definitely one that I want to do. But these are the ones so far that I have planned for this series. So we have the crab. And what I might do is instead of the crab, because we've done a crab before, although I like him. I think he's cute, so I'll probably do him. But I think we'll do, we might replace the fish with a seahorse because I've done a ton of fish. Unless I want to do the fish, and then we can just add a seahorse and we'll have 7 in this series. It's totally up to you. I do have the goldfish is on my tube of view, Stacy Lee. So this one right here is the one that is on my tube of view. If you guys want a tutorial for one of my fish series, this one is the one that's up there. So that one is there for you guys. Okay. Another thing that I might do with this series is add in some of these little extra little details like I did with the fish, with these little swirlies and, you know, these little star things. I just think those are cute and they make them a little bit more whimsical. So I may do that with these. I'm not sure yet. But this one is up on my tube of view if anybody wants the tutorials for that. Okay. All right, we've got about 11 minutes left on the flash sale for this Golden Maple 6-piece brush set. If you guys are interested in grabbing that up at the $11.99 price to save a few bucks, that is what we use to do. That brush size is what we use to do all of the stippling and shading work on this little guy right here. So we also did it on this little guy. So, all that shading work. I think with the sea creatures, the stippling shading looks really good. I really like the way that it looks. This guy's cute. So, and he's cute too, but we did stippling on him, but we did that with the grabby pencil or the grabby pens. We should have used those brushes because it would have been better. I may go in and do some stippling shading on this and along the sides here. I think that might make this little guy a little bit less flat. He's kind of flat, in my opinion. I think he looks a little flat. But anyway, this is our sea creature set. And I want to come up with a name for this set. I just haven't yet. Where did you get the genuine stickers? Oh, these. So I have a spreadsheet, and when I title a piece, I write the title on the spreadsheet. Let me pull that up for you guys. And I'm going to tell you guys that I am starting a Patreon. You can, I don't know if I'm allowed, I don't think I'm allowed to say that, but you can go to my TikTok page and you can find me on all things with that off of my TikTok page. Okay. And one of them is going to be, one of the levels of that is a business, an art business level where I'm going to be doing videos of all of the different things that I use and suppliers I use for all my prints, how I do all of this stuff. Okay. But these, what I do is I have a spreadsheet. Of course, I'll go in more detail for my memberships, but so I keep a spreadsheet of all of the names of my pieces, and then I do, when they are purchased, I put the name of the person who purchases them, and it has the genuine number, the authenticity number that goes with that print. So I know who is the owner of that particular print. And so I record those numbers on a spreadsheet. Okay. That's how I do that. And these are, you get these, the Zahn carries these. So hopefully that helps. You just pick it. Whatever number you put on it is the number you give it. So they look like this. And you just pull it and stick it on the print, and then you put that on the spreadsheet. But that way they know, and if there's ever a question, you know, they have this guarantee that it's authentic on it with this being on there. The one, have you gotten the one I sent you, Stacey? I think it has one on there. It does. I'm pretty sure. Let me look at my spreadsheet and see. Yeah, your berry sweet one, it has one on it. Did you get that yet? I hope that you get it soon. It's such a cute one. It is so, so stinking cute. Okay, well, you'll get it in the next couple of days because it was mailed out on the 10th. So, and it's the 16th, so you should get it. Maybe you'll get it today. Hopefully you'll get it today. It's so cute. It is so cute. You're going to love it. Guys, if anybody wants to do a trade with me, I love doing trades too. So, if you want to do a trade with me, private message me or DM me and we'll work on it and we'll do a trade. Now, my trades that I do are never on my lives. So if I do a trade with you, it's going to be something I do outside of a live. So that it's a surprise. So You got the mail for me and it wasn't in there. It has to be in there, Stacey Lee. There was an extra envelope in there that had all the stuff. There was an extra envelope. It was sealed with wax. It had a wax seal on it. And it had... Oh, you got the mail already today. You didn't get it from me. Okay, well, maybe it'll come tomorrow. Who knows? But hopefully you'll get it in the next couple of days, because it's been... It takes it a little while to get up that direction. So from Texas, so not a big deal. It'll show up soon, I'm sure. Okay. Any questions on anything else, guys, that we did today? So today we did the turtle in this sea creature series. I love it. Everybody who made a purchase today, thank you very, very much for that. I appreciate it. It will come in. You'll get it in the next day or two, Stacey Lee. I'm sure you will. It'll probably come before the week's over, because like I said, it was sent out on the 10th of April. So you should get it. Anyway, if anybody wants to do a trade with me, you guys message me, because I love doing trades as well. So I would love to do an ACEO trade with anybody who wants to. So message me and we can do that. Also, if you're interested in any of these, you can grab these on my EBAY. You can find me on all channels from my TikTok page. So there's a place there on my TikTok page where you can grab and follow me on wherever, so that you can keep up with me on all the channels, not just TikTok. But I don't want to get in trouble for saying any of that. So just letting you guys know that. You'll have to find that on your own. But it's there for you if you want to. Let's see. Okay, good. Stacey Lee wants to trade too. Anybody want to do trades? I love doing trades. Okay. I had one person get the majority of these. These are all of my stitched ones. The only ones I have left are the dinosaur and these are all of my stitched ones. The only ones I have left are the dinosaur and are also on my EBAY. Okay. I'm going to stop saying that because I don't want to get in trouble. I will see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, guys? 11 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow morning. I will probably do what I did today and come on early, go over some product stuff that I have flash sales for, show you some of the products that I just absolutely love. And that way, if you want to do some purchases prior to starting our tutorial, you can do that. So, but we won't start our tutorial until 11 tomorrow. Okay. So we will start our tutorial at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. If you catch me before then, I will be working, I will be just showcasing products. Also, I will probably be on later today, doing some product stuff as well. I've got some Ohuhu alcohol markers. So I think I'm going to do some coloring this afternoon later, or this evening, and show you the Ohuhu markers and some coloring books that I got. I got these cool little coloring books in. It's a bundle of 4, and I want you guys to see this just before I get off of here really quickly, because I love these coloring books and I love these Ohuhu markers. But, oops, hang on. I want to show you guys, because I've been learning to do alcohol markers, and I did this one. Didn't it turn out good? This is my very first ever coloring page that I've done with strictly alcohol markers. And I did these with the Ohuhu markers. And you guys, so much fun. If you guys have not done alcohol markers before, then join me this afternoon, and I will, after I eat lunch and stuff, I'm going to hop back on here, and I'm going to do some of these alcohol stuff. So just letting you guys know that I thought these markers were going to be difficult, and I didn't think I was going to be able. I'm going to do some of these alcohol stuff. So just letting you guys know that I thought these markers were going to be difficult, And I didn't think I was going to be able to do alcohol markers because they can be very finicky. But y'all, I did it, and they're so cute. I love how this turned out. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'm going to be showcasing these coloring books too, because I got a set of 4 of these coloring books in by Nikki Doodles, and they're so fun. So I'm going to be doing that later today. If you guys see me on later today, that's what I'm going to be talking about. Okay. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow for sure at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we will do tomorrow. We'll probably do the crab. I think we're gonna maybe we'll do the dolphin. I think we'll do the dolphin tomorrow. So tomorrow will be Dolphin Day. Dolphin Day Friday. We're going to do the dolphin. So I hope that you guys will join me for that. And I will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, or maybe this afternoon. I haven't decided yet. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.